Okay, I'm just trying to go over some ideas about what to do with the First Army, the Russian First Army, because, whew, I don't know. At the beginning, I started panicking. It was like, oh my God, they're screwed beyond belief because of the four cavalry behind here and it's cut off their lines of communication. But I'm like, okay, just relax. Nothing, I can't get everything solved in one shot, but I'm sure it can, like the Russians will be able to open up a line of communication again. But, oh, man. I'm telling you, well, yeah, because I know for a fact that this, yeah, and I rotated the counters. I think from now on, what I'm going to really try to do is look at each army from what they would see. Like, what would Rennenkamp be seeing? He's not going to look at it from obviously the other angle. So I'm like, okay, like to help me do that or to force me into it, because I know if I don't rotate the counters, I'll end up just walking back to the other side of the table and staring at them that way. So I was like, okay, you know what? Why not rotate the counters while you're doing their stuff, and then later on you can put them back. So I think that'll focus me, get me, force me to do it. Okay, I know this is a cavalry just due to the fact of how flippin' quick it zipped across the map here. So um, I'm definitely going to be using the first guard cavalry in the combat. So anyways, yeah, I'm going to like one thing at a time here. I can't get everybody at once, but at least if I can open up one line of communication and then go from there, like I'll try to figure out what to do from there. But I'm gonna say it right now. I had no idea at the beginning when I saw this little strip of land way back when, and I was like, hey, wait a minute. Um, Dave Schroeder's, put hex numbers on that strip of land, and anyways, I was like, well, obviously you can use it. So and then when I started popping the cavalry up here, I didn't realize how effective it was now going to be. Now that I have, I started bringing cavalry from over here onto here, and I have four cavalry behind the Russian line. Just nuts. And yet again, it's like I was saying, this entire thing has been a learning experience for me. And at the very beginning of the game, I was just throwing cavalry away like I was giving candy away to kids or something. It was just, I completely undervalued them. I just was, now I'm like, my God, they're so effective. I wish I had more because, I mean, this one guard cavalry, the way I'm looking at it for the Russians, is going to be like incredibly important. And unfortunately, he's only got one strength point, and cavalry are the first ones to take hits in attacks. So, basically, what I'm going to have to hope to God for is that when the German cavalry counterattack, I don't suffer any hits because I really need this cavalry to help me eliminate, pin these guys down so they don't retreat before combat, kind of thing. Because if I keep letting them run around like maniacs here, they're constantly making me not focus on what I wanted, the Russians want to focus on, which is going towards Königsberg, for crying out loud. And I think they've done it anyways already because there's so much consternation about what's going on back there that and there's been a lot of combats through here, and this entire area. I mean, a few of the core HQs have like one or two supply points, but not a heck of a lot. The First Army has none, and yeah, I can't see. I don't know. I guess this is the way I'm looking at it as well. I'm like, okay, big picture, little picture here. Okay, big picture is, I guess the major Russian headquarters are happy. They don't, you know what I mean? Like in because the longer there's a Russian presence deep inside East Prussia, that's causing a lot of grief for the Germans. So that they're happy. But I mean, on the small picture, I mean, Rennenkamp and whatnot, I mean, I'm sure they're like, well, I really don't care about that. I just like, we're getting our arses kicked over here and no one's helping. And we don't really care about the big picture. So I don't know, it's kind of interesting that way. But, and there's also this other bit of my personality I think I'm starting to clue into, that I'm stubborn in the sense that I don't want to give up pushing forward. And it's like, well, I have to because I've run out of supply. My the units are starting to get pretty thin, and lines of communications have been cut, and I have to focus on that first. I can't, so I don't know. The Germans are probably just going to go freaking mental when they get their turn, which is not for a while because they just had theirs. But I don't know what exactly I'm going to do about it here. But like I said, I'm going to have to start stripping off as many units as possible to deal with this and see if I can kind of pin or at least push them away off to the side and hope to God that the cavalry just doesn't. And I checked over here to see if there was any cavalry there. And well, I'm sure, yeah, I've got lots of cavalry over there. But it's not gonna. I mean, they've got their own problems. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Darn it. Well, I don't know. Like I said, big picture, little picture. But I'm like, I guess right now, because I'm moving the counters around and I'm thinking little picture, if you want it. I'm like, this sucks. I have to deal with 4 cavalry behind me, and I don't know. That's the way it goes. Lesson learned, man.